Michael Blake now. Michael is a Democrat running to be the next mayor of New York City. He's also the former New York State Assemblyman. He's former vice chair of the Democratic National Committee. Welcome, sir. I want to talk about that
Good to be with you.
race, and shaping up for mayor, but your reaction first in this city to this not only terrible murder, but these new charges, including murder in the first degree that have just been introduced moments ago by DA Alvin Bragg.
Well, absolutely. First, there is our condolences to the family. There is nothing that could be done to bring back home their loved one who was killed and assassinated in cold blood. And the charges are appropriate. That was clearly an act of terrorism. That was clearly intentional. And everyone should be safe when walking our streets. Let's be very clear, regardless of the feeling that someone has about a policy, that is not a justification at all for taking someone's life. So salute to Alvin Bragg and his leadership here. Of course, the Commissioner Tisch and the entire leadership of the NYPD for taking such swift actions. And it's important for us to recognize that when we have challenges such as this, you have to respond quickly. And we are grateful for this because it will allow for people to have a chance for immediate justice. But let's make sure that we have the same level of intentionality, speed, and urgency whenever someone loses their life, regardless of their name or type.
What did you say to young people, though, in this city and elsewhere who somehow find this to be an acceptable act? I mean, what does that tell us, that those numbers that I just showed you are as close as they are?
It means that we have a lot we have to address. Clearly, I disagree with those that believe this is acceptable at all. But let's also be clear, at the end of the day, a loss of life is never acceptable. And so for the young people, it's our responsibility to give you powerful, inspiring messages of why this has to be held account and why we have to do something differently. I do think it speaks to a broader, deeper concern that so many people are feeling around cost of living and about the systems and about corporations.
Right.
And let me be very clear, that does not make that acceptable at all. But when we have a scenario where there's numbers even as close as you said earlier a few moments ago, it's unacceptable that it's this close. It shows that we have to address the deeper concerns that are happening, that people ever feel that taking someone's life and invoking fear is ever acceptable. It's never acceptable, no matter the challenges of cost of living, affordability, healthcare, and the access that you have in your life.